Good evening, Knights fans. I'm Brian Levine here at J. Bergman Field, where your UCF Knights just picked up a nice win, defeating Cincinnati 7-1 in the first ever American Athletic Conference game. Forget about the stats for anyone else. It's all about Eric Skoglund. His last two outings, 18 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 19 Ks, and only 5 hits allowed. Most importantly, picking up wins in both of those outings and becoming the first UCF pitcher since 2003 to pick up back-to-back complete games. Let's hear what Eric Skoglund and head coach Rooney had to say after the game.
Tonight with a win is very important. Your goal every single weekend, in a conference weekend, is to win the series. And obviously we did a very good job tonight by doing that. I thought Skog pitched great tonight. Thought he made some adjustments as the game went on, and we got some clutch hits when we needed it. So overall, it's great to get a win on Friday night.
Looking at the back-to-back performances, that is good as you can recall a UCF pitcher. According to Andrew Jeanette, it was the first back-to-back complete games at UCF since 2003.
Yeah, Skog's been great. I can tell you, he has been great. Since the time he got back here in the fall. Skog, behind the scenes, he works so hard. And he cares so much. And there's things that the fan doesn't see. You see the box score and you see the line and how great he does. But what you don't see is that he's the starting pitcher and he's in there sitting down between innings, but rooting his teammates on. Always positive, always encouraging. I hear him the whole game. Rooting his teammates on, and he's just a total team guy. He loves UCF. He wants to do great, and he has been pitching great. And I'm really proud of him because he's a guy that deserves it. He deserves it. Eric Skoglund deserves everything he's gotten, and because of his hard work. He's got a little bit of adversity in his first 2 years, and I'll tell you, he deserves the hard work. What he's been doing, I'm very proud of him.
Dylan Moore, top of the lineup, had a good night tonight.
Yeah, he's had 2 good days. 2 good games in a row. A lot of these guys have. We played very well down at Miami. We played a complete game. We swung the bat, and obviously Olsen was very good. And some of these guys are continuing that momentum. And I thought our at bats actually got better as the game went on. So that's what I was proud of.
How good has it been now to get Derek Sahlberg back? I know he's been back with the team about a week. He just gets on base, it seems like.
He's a great player. He's a great player, and he's having a really good year for us. And he can run. So no matter what, when you've got that kind of runner, it forces the defense a little bit to do some things. But he's definitely been a spark for us.
Coach, 1-0 in conference play now. You guys kind of look at this as a new slate going into the rest of the year?
Yeah, we've talked about that. We really have. We talked about that once we get in the conference that, it's time and opportunity. It's our first, American conference, that first year of it. It's an opportunity to hopefully try to win a conference championship. That's our goal. And we did. We talked about that. Every game's important. Every goal that we want as a team this year is still in front of us. But yes, we talked about that. And I thought obviously playing well at Miami, it was really important. We've talked all year long about these one-run losses, the extra inning games, all of this stuff, and now it's time to, be on the positive end of that and keep playing better and better.
You mentioned that Miami game. How crucial was it to the mindset of this team to show that they can win those close games against good teams?
Well, I don't, obviously it's a great win. I don't know from that standpoint because we've done it. We have bounced back. Continually throughout the year for the most part. So I knew they could do it. I knew they had the resilience. My focus is to stop getting on the other end of it. To stop saying that, well, we're resilient and we bounce back. We need to get to the point where we don't bounce back and we, potentially playing one game at a time, get a little more consistent in the way that we play the game. And that's what we need to keep doing as a team, is approach every single night the same exact way. And tonight the guys did a good job.
A couple of days ago, Aaron Finn of Baseball America put out a tweet said the American coaches were behind a proposal to expand the NCAA tournament from 64 to, I believe, 72. Are you behind that, or can you expand on the thought process behind that proposal?
Yeah, absolutely. We met in we had our conference meetings in January in Providence. First time we'd all been together, the American Conference and the coaches collectively. And together we came up, all of us, with a proposal, to expand the field. And there's a lot of different reasons for it. You look at it, first of all, in college baseball, we're one of only a few sports. I don't know exactly what it is, but all of your postseason is televised. And think about that, college baseball. The ESPN televises every regional now. So you're on TV. So you think about the exposure and what college baseball is. College baseball is different from what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago when you look at the revenue, and we've talked about it, the stadiums and what people are doing and the television. So we thought, hey, listen, that for a lot of reasons, why not, with the investment so many schools and programs are putting into it, and because of the number of student athletes that there are and the number of programs that are playing, I believe it's 297, I think, schools in the country that are playing, you know, college baseball. So it's an opportunity, really provides the opportunity for more student athletes to go to the postseason. So when you look at it, it's a couple of reasons. We're trying to help the student athletes, you know, increase it, and obviously, you know, get more, help the student athlete experience, number one, and number two, try to get more teams in the postseason. It's you know, we were unanimous in all of this agreement. We'll see where it happens.
Did you break down how it would actually work with the scheduling? Are you just talking about, you know, just, I guess, 18 regional sites? Because the numbers, because then there'd be 9 after. Is there a little bit of
if I get it right,
tweaks
basically what it is, you know, you're adding the teams, and if I can recall this correctly, but we're adding the 8 teams, okay? And those 8 teams would go to the top 8 sites, okay? So you'd go to, like they seed them now, and you would have 8 teams that are on there, okay? So whoever, you would have to seed everybody. So then you would put 8 additional teams, just 8 additional teams, into 8 regionals, and basically be a play-in in that 4 seed.
Okay.
See what I mean? So the 4 and the 8 could play against each other, and then once they play, then all of a sudden it becomes 1 to 4. So what it does is, there's a couple things. Number one, it increases the, you know, it provides 8 more teams, so it's increasing the opportunity and exposure, you know, for teams and student athletes. And number two, it's, you know, in some ways it's helping, it's protecting the top 8 seeds, you know, meaning because there's an extra game those teams need to play either. So I think overall it's a great thing. And I know some of that can be up for debate and how you play the regionals and do those kinds of things. But yeah, it's something that we came up with, and I think it was great. And we had a lot of help with it, you know, with some of the administration. So we'll see what happens.
Congratulations. Back-to-back complete games. Did you realize you were the first UCF pitcher, and Andrew Jeanette obviously did the research on this, since 2003.
Really?
For a back-to-back complete game. So obviously you were feeling good. What was working for you out there tonight?
Defense and hitting. It was unbelievable tonight. You know, all the guys did a great job out there on the field, and they came up with some clutch hits, especially with 2 outs, you know, put up a lot of runs. So that was definitely good going into tomorrow.
What's the mindset of this team now? It's been a big week. You guys got a big win on Tuesday night down in Miami in Coral Gables, conference play. It's kind of like a new season a little bit. Kind of, you know, is it in a new season? That kind of how you guys are looking at things?
Yeah, you know, that was a huge momentum, you know, getting that win over Miami, definitely. But, yeah, you know, we just try and get better every day. You know, that's our goal from day one, starting from the fall. So, you know, I think, you know, we were just on the other side on a few games, you know, in the beginning of the season. But now that it's conference, whole new season, you know, just 1 game at a time.
Now that Sahlberg is back and he's back in center field, you've got JoJo in one corner and Barber in the other. That's a pretty speedy outfield. There's not many cheapies there, any cheap singles or anything like that. They cover a lot of ground. Does that give you more confidence to be able to just go right at hitters, knowing that it's really hard to drop one in there like that?
Unbelievable confidence. You know, all I got to do is just put it somewhere, you know, in the middle of the plate, and if they make contact in the air, you know, it's going to usually be caught, especially in the outfield. You know, Barber, Sahlberg, and JoJo are incredible outfielders, and you know, just veterans, you know, out there and understand the game, so that really helps as well.